Good morning, friends. Today we're going to be working with our tongs again. And you have a choice. You can either use these hand tongs or you can use tweezers, whichever you prefer. Because today we're going to be using the tongs and our pom-poms to trace the letters in our name. Now remember, whenever we're working with our name, it helps if you have an adult, if you don't know these, help you know the letters that are in your name. So as you're making the letters, you're always saying the letters. So this is, of course, my son McCoy's name. So if we're making this, when we're working on this letter, we would say M. And on this one, we would say C. On this one, we would say C. On this one, we would say O. And on this one, we would say Y. Now, your letters are not going to be the same as McCoy's, so you would use the letters that are in your name to help you remember that, because it's really important to know the letters in your name. Now today we're going to be using a pom-poms, and you have a choice depending on how big your letter mat is. You can either use these kind of a little bit larger pom-poms, or you can use these itty bitty bitty ones that are this big. If you're going to use the itty bitty bitty ones, it's a little bit more difficult to grab just one. Let me see if I can grab just one. Oh, sometimes you grab more than one with your hand tongs. So you may, if you want to use the itty bitty bitty ones, want to use your tweezers. Remember, we always use them the same way, so they're laying right here on this bridge between our thumb and our pointer finger, and then we pinch. So these are a little bit easier to pick up with tweezers, but it's up to you. Now, if I use the larger ones, they're going to take up a lot of space on my M. But it doesn't matter. It's, like I said, it's up to you which ones you want to use. You can even use both of them if you have a lot of letters in your name. But what you're going to try to do is take them out and get them on that line that makes your name. Oops, that one fell off. So if I was using the big one, if I were using the big ones, this is kind of how it would look. And it's going to make it kind of difficult here. So maybe I want to use littler ones, smaller ones there. So I'm going to use my tweezers to put that one right there. It gets kind of, oh, I picked up two. I don't want two, I just want one. Makes it kind of tricky. Now, don't use your fingers. If you use your fingers, it's kind of like cheating. So make sure that you're just using your tweezers or your hand tongs to move the pom-poms onto your mat. I'm going to say M, 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 because that's the letter I'm making. M, 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 and there's my letter M. Now, if this bothers you that there's some big ones and some little ones, you can make them all the same size. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you, as long as you're working at getting those pom-poms on the lines in your name. This would be C, C. Ooh, they're tricky. C, 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 C. Keep working on all the letters in your name. Remember to always start your letters at the top. That's where we start them, not at the bottom. And keep working. Now when you're done, you can take a picture of your pom-poms on all the letters in your name and then send it to your teacher. Have some fun.